Alright, so last time on stream I said, hold on. Last time on stream, okay, there we go. Last time on stream I said that I was gonna show what happens when I open the game. And this is just an example. But it also asks for like the time. Oh, what? Wait, this is different. This is not what I see always. What? Hello, Shakewell. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening here. Which of the two most wait, which of the two most made up words is more appealing to you? Occuboincal or scrumtish? I like this one. Okay. Oh, but I'm so tempted to. I'll be nice. Yeah. I always know what time it is. I had to like check because like they're asking these questions. What is time anyways? Oh. Yeah. Help. No. We come back to visit me? Yeah, of course. Love this guy. What is happening? I heard there's a main menu secret also. I guess we'll see that eventually, but for now, we have secrets to find, so let's find them.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Where we left off, I was
all of his co-workers
doing all the
were gone. What could it mean?
Finish your sentence.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a... Not everyone is so lucky to have a bucket, but Stanley is a very lucky fellow.
Yes.
Very lucky indeed.
Yes.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I actually don't fully remember how to get to
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No.
This way.
Never mind.
Yes.
The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
This is the first thing. I have to do the confusion ending again, in some shape or form. I don't fully remember.
Oh, good, Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually.
Wait.
You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere.
Yeah,
the bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content.
Yeah,
we're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before.
But he's my
yes,
bucket.
I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
Okay, I do want to see where the Adventure Line will lead me. Yeah, sure. Let's go. Let's go.
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
Yes!
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
Oh, that's a good screenshot, actually. I'm gonna take a screenshot here. Just get a few snaps for my...
Don't you get it,
when I
Stanley?
make a new thumbnail.
We need to get rid of the bucket.
No.
That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
No. You
I
need
think
all
it'll
that?
make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
Hey, now.
Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you.
Maybe I do. Maybe I do.
Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
No.
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and...
Uh-oh. Is it the Bucket Destroyer?
The Bucket Destroyer. My prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such
Why
spellbinding
is my camera
stories
so
about
dark?
you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
Aw. Sure you were, but the bucket's better. Hold on, I gotta fix my camera once this ends. I'll try putting in hold on, let me just fix my camera. Oh, it's fixed now. What? For some reason, it got very, very, like, dark for a second.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. It takes a lot of humility to carry a bucket so magnificent. Stanley checked his ego and then proceeded onward.
This bucket's like a
Stanley
guilty pleasure.
clutched the bucket tightly to his chest, and this was not the correct way to the meeting room. But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Okay. So now I'm gonna try putting it in, but
I'm
honestly I
glad
don't
you
want
found
to.
your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually. You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much.
Okay, actually, I'm worried this might destroy the bucket forever. I'm gonna do the last thing I can do with the bucket before we go here. I know, it's probably like, oh, why are you doing that last second, but
what could it mean?
I don't want to
Stanley
miss
decided to go to the meeting room. Stanley cradled the bucket in a gentle embrace. Protective, yet delicate. Assertive, yet compassionate. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
So apparently, If you do go back to the boss's office...
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps, Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
In here, if you do the code and whatnot...
Stepping into his manager's office,
I remember
Stanley
it.
was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly
this area.
his logical explanation.
You see how there's an up button here? You can press it once you reach the bottom. That's what I've heard, at least.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
I can't do it.
Wait, Stanley said to the bucket. Can we go back up? When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3. I want to go back so I can try pressing the number 3 again. The bucket said nothing.
Now I'm wondering, can I do something without the bucket? Put that up on...
Here we are, said Stanley. Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button. He took the bucket over to the keypad and began absolutely slamming on the number 3 over and over and over. Wow, he said. The number 3 is such a special button. I'm having the time of my life. Stanley looked expectantly at the bucket, but the bucket remained silent. This was a shock to Stanley, who had always felt such a connection with the bucket. How was this not as exciting to the bucket as it was to him? Once Stanley had had enough of the number 3, he got back in the elevator. Perhaps the bucket had missed something. Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly.
I guess we'll try again. I gotta give the bucket some of that.
No, said Stanley to the bucket. You can't go on yet. Not till you understand how much the number 3 means to me. You and I have been through so much together, and I just want you to see what I see. Feel the happiness I feel. He smiled at the bucket, and the bucket said nothing.
I'll show him.
Here we go, said Stanley. This time I'll really show you. He ran to the number 3 and began to wail on it like a musician on a beloved instrument, weaving a concerto of truth and passion. He wielded the number 3 like a fine artist would wield a paintbrush. He told stories through the number 3, stories of his dreams and hopes and fears. And the whole time, he looked to his bucket for a reaction of some kind. Anything to let him know that the bucket appreciated what he was doing. The bucket conveyed absolutely nothing at all, only silence. Crushed by a wave of dejection, Stanley returned to the elevator.
If only this bucket knew how much he was breaking my heart.
Stanley and the bucket were so close. They'd always been there for one another. Why suddenly could the bucket not connect with this passion of Stanley's? The question caused Stanley to ruminate the whole way down the elevator. He knew that there must be a way to get through to the bucket, to communicate fully with his dear friend. Surely there was a solution, mustn't there be?
I think the solution's going back up. No! Oh my god, I don't know. I thought I just broke the game for a second. Whoa. You can break the game.
said Stanley. I know what to do. I know how to fully express this feeling in my heart. He decided right then and there that he would hold a press conference where he would speak to the public on all matters relating to pressing the number 3 over and over. He would elaborate fully on what the number 3 meant to him and why he felt so alive when pressing it. Then the bucket would be able to see his joy through the eyes of others. It would get to see the world react to this discovery of Stanley's. And it would be through the public eye that the bucket would finally understand Stanley's work.
Here we go.
For months, he advertised and marketed his press conference, building excitement around it, developing and rehearsing it, until it couldn't be refined a single measure further. When the big day arrived, Stanley was as prepared as he'd ever been for anything in his life.
Wasn't that the Minecraft door noise?
This was it. One last chance to win the bucket over. One opportunity to share a true connection with a loved one.
The storyteller. Got like big news magazines. Wait, what's this?
There was no one here. Nobody had come to the press conference to hear Stanley speak, to listen to him talk about what it really means to press the number 3 on a keypad over and over. He was unloved, uninteresting, he was a failure, and in that moment Stanley knew that the bucket would never again take him seriously. There would be no connection, no deeper understanding. The bucket merely sat there in his arms, indifferent. And so it began that slowly, over many years, the two of them grew more and more distant. They spoke less and less, neither wishing to state the obvious, that any sense of real respect between them had eroded since that day at the press conference. There would be no more games, no more long conversations about passion and pursuit. Only a silence that consumed the space between friends. And Stanley, having for once in his life discovered the warmth and comfort of true companionship, was cast back into the unremarkable normalcy of loneliness.
Aww. What, the bucket what? No, I'm looking back. Wait, what? The bucket did not expect what? Okay, hold on. Stanley, stay still for a second.
Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly.
What?
The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me.
Wait, what? Huh.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had Stanley's bucket. The only co-worker he would ever truly need.
That was weird.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his own. This was not the correct way to the meeting room. But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door. Oh, good, Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually. You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere.
Is the table from when you turn on
sheets? From the
sheets?
original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not
Oh, wow. Whoa,
this
whoa,
bucket
whoa, whoa.
that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the adventure line? We could make the adventure line go somewhere new. Yes, that's... Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well. Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something. Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
Yeah, let me destroy the bucket.
I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree? Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
It looks at me.
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket.
I'm trying.
I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character... You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
Alright, let me see my to-do list on what I actually trying to do here. Hold on. Because I made like a little list of hints for myself. Oh yeah, bring the bucket to the tape recorder room.
All of his co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office?
Is it? You tell me.
Is Stanley, without the bucket, really Stanley at all? No,
I can't move.
surely not.
Oh. Got concerned for a
Stanley
second.
clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Okay, let's see.
No, said the bucket. Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
I think I'm gonna go here. Oh.
Okay, this is day number 295. Tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes. The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down. It doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure? I can monetize it. Yes. It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket. This is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get... What's that? Who's there?
What? What? No. What? That can't be. No. Yeah, how to find all the endings. Here we go. Free door endings. Sorry, I'm just looking at like... Trying to like... Okay, hold on. Okay, endings guide, here we go. Oh yeah, the other game's ending. I could play new games. I think that's another thing you can do.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Wait. Oh yeah, wait, what if I jump off with the
Stanley lifted
bucket?
his bucket, he felt a connection to all buckets everywhere. This adventure, he decided, was for... Stanley clutched the bucket.
This adventure was not for
This
all
was
of them.
not
I'm
the
gonna
right way to
jump
the
off the
meeting room.
catwalk.
But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Well, no, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The car...
But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching.
Okay, how do I see the new endings guide? Give me a moment. New content endings. Yeah, I want to find these. Huh, I literally had like a whole list of things before. Okay. These endings are exclusive to the Ultra Deluxe. Okay. I know there's another
All
area
his
I can go.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
But I think the
Stanley
main...
decided to go to the meeting room.
Okay, we
Perhaps
don't
he had
bring the
simply
bucket.
missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
So basically, we do what we did with the number 3 ending.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stan yet incredibly by simply pushing random buttons on the
I didn't press it right away
Stanley happened
because
to input
it would have just made me
correct
go
code
into an
by
extended
sheer
dialogue.
luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Okay, now we do the up and down thing again. For some
Whoops.
reason...
Nope. Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me. Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out.
I'm the boss now, that's why.
Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have, an incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow! I'm bolted to the edge of my seat.
Okay, now we go back. And then we go back again.
Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
I'm just a silly little guy, what can I say?
Did you think we were going to go forward down the spooky corridor? No. It's time once again to go back up in the elevator. I can't even begin to grapple with what might be up there. Is it the boss's office again? Or what if it's the boss's office this time? The suspense is killing me. Oh my god. It's the boss's office. This absolutely changes everything for me. Give me a time out here for a minute while I process this.
Hey. That is a good point.
I'm ready. I'm prepared to embrace this stunning revelation and to move forward with... No! No, wait! No! I need more time to process. All right. I have fully come to terms with it. I have made space in my worldview for this astonishing new reality. As before, I turn to your expert eye for gripping narrative, Master Stanley. Of course, going back down in the elevator. How did I not anticipate it? I mean, sure, now it's obvious, but you have to understand that 30 seconds ago, this kind of thing had never been attempted before. I had no frame of reference to even anticipate it. That's just how revelatory Stanley's decision-making is. A breath of fresh air in a landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I've just thought of something. Hold on, let's stop for a moment. Don't you realize? It's the anticipation, Stanley. You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator. But the suspense, the agony of waiting and anticipating and having to guess, that's the real thrill. Oh, I simply don't want to let that feeling go. It's so precious, so fleeting. Why don't we take this elevator ride nice and slow? There we go. Isn't this so much more exciting? You know, Stanley, it seems like nowadays the only thing that audiences want is to be shocked as loudly and frequently as possible. They want big, explosive moments flung right in their faces from the very moment that things get started. But where's the tension? Where's the trust in the audience to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story, the characters? Why aren't we given time to imagine the surprises, to have to think and to anticipate and then to marvel at the eventual reveal? This is storytelling, Stanley. What you and I are doing right now. This is the most exciting narrative to be developed in years, and it's really all because of you. You're the one who took this bold step of revisiting the exact same locations over and over. Truly, I mean it. This is unique and different. It's not like anything else out there. You see, I want stories that surprise me, Stanley. I want to have to think. I want to be engaged and not pandered to. We're being fed such unimaginative drivel all the time, and we all know it, which is why we're so starved for content that makes us feel sharp and vital and alive. That's why people like you so much, Stanley, because you're not afraid to spit in the face of tradition. You're a role model, you know? People look up to you. Which is why, oh, I didn't know when to spring this on you, but, well, I've gathered a little press conference for you so that you can talk about your work and your storytelling and your life. Yes, I know you're not much for the public eye, but I thought it would especially mean a lot to the people who have been following you from the beginning. They really look up to you, Stanley. I don't know if you realize the impact you have on them. This is the kind of gesture that might leave a tremendous impact on them for the better.
A little tired.
Oh, good, we're here.
Thank you, finally.
Okay, the room where we're holding the press conference should be just around the corner here somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, yes, here it is, just through this door. All right, are you ready? I've told them you're going to speak a little bit about the nature of surprise in storytelling and what it means to craft a truly unpredictable narrative. Oh, don't worry, you'll do great. Just be yourself and speak from the heart. I'm really proud of you, Stanley. Okay, it looks like they're ready for you. Go get them.
Oh my god. Okay, well this is a lot different in the bucket. Again with the bucket, what? The bucket not expect what? What? Think it's glitch? I don't know. Okay, there's one more ending, and then I think I can do the epilogue. The Stanley Parable is a fun game. Only two, man.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I think I'm about to finish the game, actually, which is actually pretty neat.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, so there might be one more thing I can do
Stepping
in the mind
into his
control
manager's
facility.
office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret pin number, 2845. But of course, yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to enter the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
So apparently there might be another pit I can jump into. But that might not be true, I might be wrong.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Okay, no. Okay, so it is... This is the last ending I can do. Wait. Okay, yeah, this is the last ending I can do. So, I had to quit the game for this, so give me a moment. So if I reopen the game for the 4th time... This is like your standard screen. What time is it? Does anyone really truly know? Of course they don't. Nobody knows anything. You and I don't even know each other. We're like strangers. Sure, I've adjusted all of the game settings to your exact specifications, but who hasn't? It's just what I do, like a day job. And now the job is over. There's no more information for me to gather. I've collected all the data on you that I can. And I still don't really know you. You don't know me. Neither of us know what time it is. I guess some settings are just unsettable. But if I'm being totally honest, the clock doesn't do anything in the game anyway. You won't have me here when the game starts next time, but that's okay. Video games are meant to be played alone. You like being alone, don't you? This would be the only... Hey. Ah. Okay. Oh, man. Well... Yeah, I think that's all the... I think after this is it. Let's go. Many, many years later, but what ending does this follow, is the question. Oh, it's this ending. Oh. So I'm still... Why is my room look yellow? Why am I like in the back rooms in my... Oh. So where'd you get these 6 from? Oh. Oh. Oh, is this the memory place? It is. Oh my god, the cat dog. No. What did I do? The cats are in love.
Jim, Jim, Jim. Jim, Jim, Jim. Jim, Jim, Jim.
Hmm.
Jim, 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 Jim.
Oh. Not these guys again. Hmm. Why does this feel familiar? This room in particular. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Wait. Oh. Hello. It's nice to see you too. Hmm. Stanley versus Love. Oh, do I get to like go back to this if I want to? Do I do it? You know what? I like rebelling, so I might as well just... Oh, wait! Really? Okay, I'm ready. Yeah, if I had to do all this again, I might just turn on my speed hack. Hold on. I didn't know. If I knew that's how it was gonna work, I wouldn't have done it. I thought maybe I would get something new. Okay, let's just... It's a little too fast. Maybe it's looking at your dialogue, who knows? What the heck, man? So now I can get that broken achievement. But how do I get there again?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Let me find
Stanley
out.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, wait, let's bring the
What
bucket
new
with me this
mysteries
time.
lay in store for our bucket-loving heroes today? Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
I'll be speeding this part up too because I just want to get that achievement.
As you may know, after receiving critical and commercial success, the Stanley Parable Ultra. Please.
Oh, well, this sounds Wait, Stanley. I've just now... Isn't this the preview to the sequel? How do you... This makes no sense at all.
Okay, I didn't know there would be...
Did I already show you my ideas for the sequel? I don't remember doing that at all. You're seeing things all out of order.
I am.
All right. All right, let's see. It's the jump circle?
I already used all my jumps. Don't have anything to say about that.
The infinite hole, the giant door, did you see them already? Stanley, none of them are ready yet. I'm still developing them. They're not even close to finished. How did they look when you saw them? Were they captivating? Were they exciting? Did they fulfill on the promise of everything that a sequel to Stanley Parable could possibly be? Had I figured out how the hell to make a sequel to this game? Wait, if you're still carrying the bucket around with you, if the bucket is interesting to you, that means I must have made it correctly. Yes, you carrying the bucket with you everywhere is exactly what I set out to accomplish. The bucket is the exciting and captivating new content that I promised. I did it! I win! I made a sequel to the Stanley Parable! Yes, the sign is correct. Thank you for enjoying the new content. Thank you for taking the bucket everywhere with you, clinging tightly to the bucket, never letting it go. It means I've won. It means I am victorious over the gamers. It is a sweet salve of victory on my soul. Thank you for enjoying the new content. The bucket is the Stanley Parable now. They are one and the same. There is no Stanley Parable without the bucket. I win, 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 I win.
Oh. Wait, no.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Now this, Stanley thought to himself, this is a bucket. And indeed it was.
Let me go to the achievement this time. Oh, now it's being nicer. Just let me get through all this faster.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy.
Okay.
So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2. Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Can we get a second bucket? Oh my god.
Wait, there are 2 buckets here? How did you get a second bucket? Oh no, the warmth and comfort of a single bucket is already so great, so intoxicatingly wonderful. With 2 buckets, there's no telling. Stanley, can you still hear me? Are you with me?
Oh.
Stanley! Oh, thank God.
No.
I didn't lose you. Stanley, the power of 2 buckets was too much. I had to destroy both of them. I know how much the bucket meant to you, but I couldn't take the risk. I hope one day you can forgive me.
Oh. A shame. Let's just revisit a couple of these things, see if they change too. Like this, for example.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later. For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized. Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind.
Okay, this is still the same, so let me just speed this up.
Forget who...
Jim.
Whoa, hold on. Otherwise... Okay, we're doing it...
Jim.
All right, fine. I'm done with this button.
I don't know if that was new or not. Regardless, it's fine.
See, if you'd only played along, that would have been your name the button says, but no. Instead, oh, I can't even think about it. I'm taking the Jim button away. Maybe I'll only let people named Jim play the Stanley Parable 2. They would appreciate what I've created here.
Wait, what about up here now? The sliders thing, right? Settings world champion, yeah. Still no. So basically, anyone who gets this achievement has completed the Stanley Parable to its fullest.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given. As you can see, the machine is not working yet since... What? Wait, what in the holy hell is going on? You got the achievement? Why did the machine work? Stanley, I didn't fix it. I didn't do anything to it. I swear, it was broken just a second ago. Who fixed it? Is someone here? Are we being watched? Oh, God. Composure, composure. Yes, as you can see, the machine is working as normal, as I intended. It truly speaks to the awe-inspiring magic of the Stanley Parable 2. Breathe. Just breathe.
I wonder if he'll remember my collectibles I've gotten already.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Oh, I like that. I gotta revisit the Infinite Hole.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle? Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative... Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for... You see? Isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward. Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things. Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't... What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready. Great. Now, I'm very oh, for heaven. You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is. The shame of my lie has come to haunt me. Not only is the hole not infinite,
because...
but it's barely even a hole at this point. It's more of a concavity, or even a very aggressive divot.
Only because I have stuff to do, and I gotta end the stream soon. So I think what I'm gonna do is end the game now.
All right, have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now? So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay, are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2. Well, I mean, there's potential here,
I didn't pick
right?
balloons this time.
Sort of. Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement.
Hold on, I just want to speed this up because I really gotta go.
Okay, yes. Who am I kidding? I wanted more than anything to create a sequel. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take... I suppose it could, but it would need a really...
Okay. I'm just gonna begin the game, see if anything changes. If not, then that's it. Okay. I think that's all for the Stanley Parable 2. I might look back at the game on my own free time, see if there's anything else. I bet there is, but I can't do more today, so that's where I'm gonna end the stream. So yeah, if this is the end, I guess that is all of the Stanley Parable 2. If not, then put in the comments or something, because I do love this game to death. So yeah, that's it.